Well, it's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verdict.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so never go full racial. Never. Not full. Close. Half. You can hustle, but never go full racial. Well, Bomani Jones went full racial on Donald Trump. And let me preface this by saying, I voted for Donald Trump. And let me preface this by saying, I think Bomani Jones is one of the biggest brains I've ever met in my life. And that's not just including media. That dude is smart. And I like his commentary. And I like him different than race hustlers because I think he always brings some heritage, some respect to racial conversations. I don't think he goes there without substance. This conversation, though, is interesting because I think he crossed the line. We're going to find out where that line is through his commentary and see if he even crossed it. Did he even draw one? But this is kind of harsh to say about somebody. But in today's world and society, when we're we're more distant than ever from each other because of our ideas. Our ideas have now fogged us to seeing who you are in identity. We don't care who you are. We care about what you think. We care about what you say. And that shouldn't be the full conversation because there's more to a person than just what they choose to do politically, what they choose to say politically. It should be a lot more in depth. But to give you context of what the hell I'm talking about, let's first go there and see what Bomani Jones is talking about. Bomani, take it away, big dog.
I think Trump becomes interesting because he reminds me of a lot of people that I've met at various points where I am not sure how much he likes black people, but he does like the idea or thought that black people like him. He gets off on that notion and that idea. Okay. So he could get Tiger Woods and Kodak Black in the same room to tell him how dope he is. He loves that. His ego absolutely loves that. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. I think I see what's going on here. Yeah, and also his belief that he can get more of our votes in all of these things. So that's not something that's wise for him to turn off as the Black History Month thing. The stuff in the offices is one thing. The stuff he can put on television, it makes all the sense in the world for him to do this as he has.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean.
What are you going to say? I ain't hear you. You ain't going to say nothing on this show. We out. Nah, I was kidding. I love how she gave him the floor even though she was like, can I get my show back? Bomani Jones went there. Now, he said verbatim, I am not sure. And then he proceeded to say what Donald Trump believes, or at least his perception of his beliefs about black people. That's harsh. Like, I don't know if you really like white people. I don't know if you really like black people, but that's harsh. But we're going to have a conversation about that because I think it's necessary. I will tackle all topics. And we're going to tackle this topic right now. But first.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell y'all about Prize Picks, the best place to win some cold, hard cash while watching the games you love. This app is so easy to use, you'll feel like a GM making moves on game day. All you got to do is pick more or less on a few player stats. Football, basketball, MMA, esports, whatever gets you hyped, they got it. You can play in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Come on now. And the payouts, fast and safe. You hit that winning lineup, your money's in your pocket as quick as 15 minutes. That's quicker than halftime adjustments, baby. Oh, and did I mention Taco Tuesdays? Each Tuesday, Prize Picks hooks you up with discounts on select players so you get even more value. But here's the kicker. New users, Prize Picks will guarantee you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. You ain't got to win. You just got to play. Just use the promo code Wiley Wins. Download the app and you're good to go. So whether you're trying to turn $10 into $1,000 cash or you just want that easy $50 bonus, Prize Picks has you covered. So let's get this money and keep the action rolling, baby. Boy.
Now, I know I'm running the risk of this video coming out like I'm defending Donald Trump. Well, if you're a smart, critical thinker, you'll look deeper than that and see exactly where this video is going. Whoa, don't do that again, Wiley. This video is going to a different place. This video is going to where I don't think anybody should assume what you like because nobody knows your motivations. No one truly knows your motivations. We all guess. We have a jury of our peers at times to try and guess. But your true motivation, I leave that up to you to tell me. I can tell you how things look, and that's what Bomani Jones did. So in fairness to Bomani Jones, I let him talk. But in fairness to Donald Trump or to anybody who's been perceived or assumed to be something that they're not, I've been lied on before. People thought that they knew me, knew my beliefs, when really they just didn't take the time to consider what I really felt or ask simply what I felt. So I saw a video because a lot of times in this world we don't want smoke, not because I can't whip your ass in verbal combat or physical combat. It's just like, dog, I got better things to do. So sometimes you don't even get into fights, arguments, because you're like, I got better things to do. But that is an important thing. And then another reason we don't always get into it is because to get it all gathered, to get all the information and get all the ammo you need, that's a little bit of work. And sometimes you're like, I know what I believe. I don't need to convince anybody else. I'm going to move on. I ain't doing all that work. That's happened as well. I think that's what's happening with Donald Trump. Even though a lot of people have tried, very few times, I should say, did I see someone make it more concise than this guy. So I'm gonna play this video of someone who kind of sums up the political racism around Donald Trump. Walk with me here. This is pretty interesting. I liked it.
Was Oprah dumb when she was hanging out with that racist? Was Whoopi Goldberg dumb when she was hanging out with that racist? So when did he become a racist? When they told you he was. Was he a racist? And was he a problem for Hillary Clinton when he stood up at Chelsea Clinton's wedding? When he was golfing with Bill Clinton for years? Make it make sense. Oh, and again, this is not me advocating for Donald Trump, but I need to give you an example that you cannot argue. People are upset because Donald Trump's a racist because he took out an $85,000 ad in the newspapers against the exonerated five, formerly known as the Central Park Five, right? That's a problem. That's problematic because he said they needed to get the death penalty. You know what everybody leaves out of that conversation? Two things. The first is all we had was the information that was being presented to us on the news.
At the time.
And at the time, all that information said that we got them. We got these kids. They ain't say nothing about rounding them up or how they rounded them up or this, that, and the third. They set up there and they present. Go look at forget me. Go look at Ava DuVernay's Netflix movie. Go look at all the documentaries made about these guys. Now, here's the gag. At the time when Donald Trump did that, he was a registered Democrat. Not only that, he was a private citizen. Not only that, the district attorney, the assistant district attorney, the chief of police, the mayor, all of them happened to be Democrats. But that didn't stop anybody from dealing with the fact that they paraded them brothers up on that stage at the DNC in 2024 like, oh, Donald Trump's the problem. Oh, but I didn't hear any of them issue an apology for what they did to railroad those boys for a decade and some change.
Wow.
How does that make sense? So again, when you're told that Orange Man is bad, but you're not told that all these blue people who sat up there, who set these black and brown, because there were black people and brown people in that Central Park Five. That's the only way I'm using that term, because I'm black people first. Everybody else holds your own nuts. But black and brown, when it comes to these five boys, you have no smoke for them. Matter of fact, one of the assistant prosecutor is still a huge donator, a huge donor to the Democratic National Convention, Democratic National Committee. So I'm trying to understand how that makes sense. And then, by the way, where's all your smoke for these corporations that were buying $1 million suites at the DNC? You care about black life so much. Why were you okay with them having abortion mobiles a block away from the Democratic National Convention? If we're going to talk about preserving life, if we're going to talk about racism, we're going to talk about systemic things, you have to talk about it regardless of who you like or who has the best PR or who says the things you don't like. That's my issue. Y'all know for a fact Joe Biden was a racist, always been a racist. And the only reason he was vice president under Obama is because they wanted to balance the ticket. So if you put a Negro in there, let's make sure we put somebody who was mentored by Strom Thurmond, who eulogized Robert Byrd, who was an exalted Cyclops in the Klan. Oh, you mean the guy who said that Barack Obama was a, what was the word? Oh, the first mainstream, clean, articulate black person? Excuse me? That was okay? Oh, you can't get a Dunkin' Donut unless you got a little Indian in you. He said that. You're okay with that. You're okay with Hillary Clinton being a Goldwater girl who was a card-carrying racist and segregationist, who also said, we need to bring them to heel. Them meaning you and me, because we were teenagers at the time when she said that, and she was the first lady. So is racism a problem, or is racism with the right amount of PR a problem? And the wrong type of PR not a problem? I'm trying to understand, when are you not activated? When is it just, hey, this is wrong and it needs to be wrong? Oh, but he apologized for it. Yeah, but his apology don't do nothing for the 30 plus years of racist policies that have affected us. But then again, when you got somebody creating a First Step Act, getting these people out for nonviolent drug offenses, you got Kim Kardashian. And I can't stand Kim Kardashian neither. You got her advocating for more black people than I see black people are advocating for black people. Not making a bunch of noise on the Senate floor. Not pontificating on somebody's podcast. Literally taking their time, money, energy, and efforts and putting it out there. So I'm trying to understand, when is it enough that we hold everybody accountable, not the people they just tell you to like? When do you do that exam? Oh, you won't, because then we go back to great power and great culpability. Because again, you only want to be responsible for the things that make you happy. Was Oprah dumb when she?
I told you, powerful. What Bomani said had power. What he countered with was powerful. The thing that I've noticed, as I said in other videos and will continue to say, is we are not giving ourselves the latitude that we actually desire. By planting your flag, by stating things that you know are obvious, and then stating things as if they are obvious, but it's really just your perception, has now limited our scope and our mobility to get off of certain conversations. One of them being Donald Trump is racist. And if everybody's gonna be honest, say what you want about Donald Trump. There was a time where he wasn't perceived as racist. And then there was a time he was. Please tell me between those two times what occurred. Everyone wants to go back to the Central Park 5, okay? But he was deemed not racist, hanging with all these people, black people, celebs, etc., whoever you want to call, after that. Was he not racist? So this is the problem. If you're going to be accountable, if you're going to be real, if you want me to respect you, you're going to have to say something that is real. Answer this question. When did he become racist? And if you go back to the 80s, you're trying to tell me that all these other black people that hung with him, that are prominent, that I'm supposed to listen to when they tell me now he's racist, didn't know it back then. It's kind of hard for me to think someone's racist and they hanging with a lot of black people. That's a hard way to show that you're racist. That's one of the most difficult ways, right? Versus, and you can say, oh, they're all tokens. Okay, well, then we're all tokens. You're a token too, right? You can't have it both ways. So because you can't have it both ways, pick the way you want it and make sure that you understand that that way is not perfect. Or you could try it my way, which is stop acting like you know it all. You don't. You don't know what that man is about. He invited a room full of black people, Donald Trump, get back to it and then we can get out of here. That included me. And I'm no token. I wasn't paid to be there. I'm not indebted to him any more than any American citizen is in respect to the honor of the president. And to say that he's racist, and then he shows me and others respect, love, whatever you want to call it, it's just a hard way to prove that someone's racist. I think there are easier ways to see it, easier symbols. Or is it just an alignment to a political agenda to say he's that? I think that's why Democrats lost this election, because they used more of their energy to say what someone wasn't instead of what they were. I think they lost also because they kept trying to play this hate speech. Nobody cares if somebody is something that you don't know. I don't care that you think he's racist. I don't care. Because if he treats me good and if I see him around others and treating them well, I'm fine. But if you got to go back 40 some years to a time where everybody was saying the same thing, thinking the same thing, going off of the same evidence, and you want to use that against that guy for life when you let everybody else reverse course, Joe Biden reverse course, Hillary reverse course, etc. reverse course. Come on, man. It's too see-through. So that's why I thought it was pretty fascinating what Bomani said, because he went to that extent. He said, I'm not sure, but it looks like Trump likes black people liking him. First of all, I think everybody likes everybody liking him. We all, the most Twitter thug in the world likes people liking his posts. We all like that. Now, this is another thing that, let me get this off. We care who likes what we like. Y'all doing that? Y'all actually put something out and I want black people to like this. I want white people to like this. Dog, if I do something, I want people to like it. Well, there's Bomani. What's up, bro? You good? Nah, seriously, I crack up. That's one of the things that make me laugh at you or judge you. Oh, Marcellus, you said something. You could tell who rocks with you. Look at the crowd. First of all, you all in my mentions like that. I'm not even in the crowd, but okay. You want me to do a what? You want me to do a Gallup poll on who likes my posts? And that tells you who I am? I just raised different than y'all, I guess. My grandma would be laughing at y'all if you're doing all that. So the point is, where's the line? Beat it up in the comments. You think Bomani's right in his assumptions and knowing that Donald Trump really doesn't know if he likes black people, but he likes black people liking him? Or are you with this guy who's like, people like Donald Trump, it's just only cool to say you don't like him if you're trying to align with the Democratic Party? I thought that was fascinating. What did you think? Okay. Well, I want you to do this. Be fascinated by Prize Picks. Play $5, get $50 instantly in promo funds using the code Wiley Wins. Wiley Wins, Wiley Wins. All right? And if you do that, like the Robertson family, you make a monthly $20 donation supporting Project Transition. You are a donor to help and educate and empower the itty bitties through exposures and experiences so they can see excellence. That's what we do at Project Transition. Lots of camps, academies, programs. That's what we're about. About to schedule our next program. I have a meeting tomorrow about it. So let's go. And if you become a giver every month, you get this book, Never Shut Up, Never Shut Up. Life Opinions and Unexpected Adventures of an NFL Outlier. Yeah, a guy who's not going to sit there and say, look who likes me. Who gives a damn? And who also going to say, oh, well, you know. I think I don't know for sure, but I think you only like when white people like you, or, but Bomani's a big brain, so usually he shows up with his receipts and he takes the road of substance. So I'm interested to see what you guys think about it as well, all right? Without further ado, let's get into what we get into, right? Let's go Bay Area with this. You want it? Bay Area. Bomani Jones, Bay Area. There you go. Ding. Come on, producer. Hit the beat. Hey. Oh, yeah. Let me turn this down some. God dang. Better? Y'all hear me? Yeah. Check it. Get it going. Hey, Marcellus. Got them people all jealous. Man, you tell us. You always with the fellas. Check it, yo, listen up. About to tell you about a scene. Bomani Jones talking about Trump on the screen. Yeah, said the press gets hyped, feeling all supreme. When black folks show him love, it's his favorite dream. Yep, Trump threw a bash for black history's sake. Invited Tiger Woods, even Kodak had weight. Man, Bomani saw the play, called it what it was. Said, what you doing, Donald, cuz? He said, Donnie loves the praise, but does he love the biz? Ooh. Look at them kids. Not sure he likes black folks, he declares, but he loves the idea that we might care. Ego stroke. What's the real affair? Trump smiling while black praise in the air. Damn, last, but the irony stick. Trump's policies and actions often contradict. Ooh. When it comes to accolades, he embraces. We see all these black faces. It's a wild paradox, a curious case, a belief divisive, black embrace. Woo! Broke it down with a humorous touch, highlighting the contradiction, puzzling us much. Takeaway is a lyrical spree. Trump loves the notion of black folks' loyalty. He speaks louder, history is shown, respect is earned, not simply loaned. So what's these black people really talking about? When Trump looks at them, they ain't in his house. Or is they? Or are they? Look at me, I invited to a party. I went up in there, just said hello. And all of a sudden people want to say, let's go. I'm like, why? Because you ain't the color of snow? They like, nah, because he don't really rock with you, bro. I said, ah.